So I'm Franny. I'm going to talk about some listening barriers and bad listening practices. For listening barriers, we have environmental and physical. That's like traffic noises, people talking in public spaces. Sociological, that has to do with like headaches or hunger or other bodily kind of stuff. Psychological may have to deal with stress or anger or emotions that behave as barriers between us and other people communicating. There's also cognitive barriers. One is the speech and thought rate, because we can interpret what people are saying about 5 times faster than they can actually speak, which allows us to think about other things while another person is talking, which can create distance between us and the other person. And then there's also personal barriers, such as prejudice, that kind of thing. And then some bad listening practices have to do with interruptions that are out of place. Distorted listening is when you skew information or manipulate information. Eavesdropping is bad for obvious reasons. There's aggressive listening, where you're only listening so you can attack the person after they're done talking. There's narcissistic listening, which you try to make the interaction about yourself. And then pseudo listening, where you're just pretending like you're listening. So yeah, thank you.
Hey, I'm Kelly. I'm going to talk about listening, competing, and better critical listening and active listening. And for the listening competing, there are 5 stages of listening process, which and I'm going to give you some tips to improve each of the stage. And for the receiving stage, you need to prepare yourself for listening and discern between international message and noise, and avoid interrupting when someone is speaking. And for interpreting stage, you need to identify main point and supporting points, and be aware of how your relations and culture can influence meanings. And for recalling stage, you need to use multiple sensory channels to record message and repeat and reorganizing information. In evaluating stage, you need to separate facts and inference, judgment, and be aware of your own bias. For the responding stage, you need to ask questions and give feedback. Moving on to the active listening, which refers to the process of pairing outwardly visible positive listening behavior with the positive cognitive listening practice. And eye contact is the key sign, and speaker usually interpret the listening eye contact as a signal of attractiveness. And for better critical listening, critical listener involve critical thinking, analysis, and judgment. And some listener scholars note that critical listening represents the deepest level of listening. And here's some tips to become a better critical listening. Is to ask questions to help get more information, evaluating speaker message, and be aware of your critical evaluation isn't always quick and easy.
Hi, my name is Alyssa, and I'm going to be talking about empathetic listening. And empathetic listening is essentially a loving and caring way to communicate with someone. You want to meet the speaker as the listener with subjectivity and ideally no judgment. We can do this by doing a few different things. We can mirror, we can rephrase or paraphrase, and we can ask questions. So we can mirror by replicating the nonverbal signals of the speaker. Therapists do this by adapting a similar tone and a similar posture. We can rephrase, which helps us take what they're saying and put it into our own words and to our own understanding. And this is a good way to do it because it helps us take what they're saying and understand it better without making it about us. And we can also ask questions, and these work as verbal door openers, and that helps them or encourages them to speak more, which then helps them feel validated and heard. And this can be quite challenging for some people because it requires a lot of time and effort that some listeners just don't have. And contextually, we can apply this in different environments. We can apply it in professional settings, and employers can do this by providing positive listening environments, which help employees feel heard and listened to, which then improves job productivity. And we can do this in our professional or in our personal lives, because communication, listening, and being listened to is the basis of most relationships that we have with others. Thank you.